When this wacky cult classic made its way onto Netflix on August 1st, I knew I had to make a video on it. The Mask is a 90s comedy starring master of the craft Jim Carrey in the titular role and, dare I say it, his best movie yet. Living a double life as both a timid banker and cartoonish overlord, Stanley Ipkiss has a lot to juggle. However, you probably saw the title of this video and thought it's nothing but wordplay. But that title is what this video is all about. As I always do, let's take a look at one specific scene of The Mask near the start of the movie that I particularly liked for a multitude of reasons. In a lot of ways, the setup of this movie reminds me of Joker. There are a lot of cinematic parallels. A loner with big aspirations and dreams is constantly down on his luck and feels like the society around him treats him unfairly, causing him to later become a mainly green character that wreaks mayhem on the city around him. Only difference is that Ipkiss doesn't possess any mental issues, only ugly pyjamas.
There can't be two idiots with pajamas like these.
And being part of r/nice guys.
Stanley, you are the nicest guy. Really?
There actually was a really cool spoof trailer of The Mask in the Joker style, which I'll leave a link to in the description as I think it fits the movie perfectly. But getting back on track, the scene in question that I'd like to talk about is by far the most iconic scene of the whole movie. Now, one ever said that before? Undoubtedly the most iconic and recognisable scene in the whole movie. Anyway, enough with the Joker comparisons. The scene that I want to talk about is when Stanley Ipkiss puts on the mask for the very first time. Throughout the entire movie, we see Stanley's love of cartoons. In fact, in the very first scene introducing Ipkiss, we see him open a drawer and reveal a Looney Tunes style calendar. Later on, in his apartment, we see that he has a lamp of a cartoon wolf from one of Tex Avery's MGM cartoons, which Stanley is also seen watching moments later. You can also spot two framed pictures above his bed, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, further proving that Ipkiss likes his cartoons. Upon seeing Stanley's love for cartoons, it's no surprise that the mask embodies his passion and acts exactly how a cartoon character would in the real world. The transformation into the mask even sees Stanley spinning like the Tasmanian devil, which during the scene you can spot on a pillow in his apartment. And on top of this, the mask has cartoonish tendencies that are seen all throughout the film, such as his ability to bounce around like Bugs Bunny and fall from seemingly any height and be fine. He can also manifest any situation he wants to, as shown in the scene where the mask sets up a balloon animal stand to scare off some thugs. The mask's unstoppable because of the cartoon powers he possesses. There's even a sequence where Stanley finds himself face to face with an entire GTA 5 star police force, and still manages to get out of it. In honestly, the best scene in the whole movie. I think that, because of the power Stanley has when he dons the mask, he is the perfect partner for it. Almost as if he didn't find the mask on that river, but the mask found him. Less of a curse and more of an opportunity to go from zero to hero. The fact that Stanley was destined to find the mask is also proved later on in the movie. A recurring side plot that is intertwined with the main one is small-time mob boss Dorian, eagerly wanting to overthrow his boss, Nico. At one point in the film, Dorian steals the mask from Stanley and puts it on, revealing an evil version of the mask that is completely different from Ipkiss's incarnation. This mask doesn't stretch and bounce like a rubber hose cartoon. Rather, he can absorb bullets, shoot them out with his mouth, and overall has a more menacing and malevolent presence. Although the mask is still capable of enduring immense damage, like a cartoon can, it's almost as if Dorian has no idea what the mask is actually capable of, and only uses it to survive things his human form could not. When Ipkiss dons the mask, we see him squash and stretch and dodge bullets with ease. We see him pull oversized mallets out of nowhere and having some mad Vape Nation skills. When Dorian finally gets his hands on the mask, although his appearance and durability is more menacing, he sort of just stands there. He has no idea if he has it at his fingertips. Admittedly, Stanley doesn't either, as he believes you just put it on and you can do the things he could. But his love for cartoons and knowledge of how they can overcome any difficulty is what makes his mask unstoppable. At the climax of the film, Dorian as the mask plants a bomb in a club after killing Nico, planning to kill everyone inside, including his ex-girlfriend Tina. Ipkiss rushes in a fit of insane heroism, but is immediately caught. As much as Stanley wants to think he is
a superhero,
he's just a toon. But as soon as Stanley gets the mask, it's over. He scares Dorian's men away, flushes Dorian down a plug hole, and even swallows the bomb whole with no repercussions.
that's a spicy meatball.
I think this part, more than anything, establishes the massive power grab between Ibkis's and Dorian's mask. Dorian thinks that the bombs will be absolutely unstoppable, whereas Ibkis eats the thing like it's a
Meet the ball!
I think Stanley and the mask were destined to find one another. Stanley went from a nobody to a somebody after his ordeal with it, getting the girl he always wanted and being heralded as a hero. Stanley's love for cartoons was ultimately the reason why he survived so long. Implementing the wacky bits and slapstick he had watched so many times before is the reason why he made it through the movie. If anyone else wore this green plank of wood, they wouldn't even come close to having the power that Stanley did. Although it technically did serve Dorian too, I think that Ibkis's passion for animation and cartoons is the reason why the mask fits.